Hi, Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition in Motion, nutrition for body, mind, spirit, and sport. I do a lot of work with athletes and getting them ready for their events. Part of the work that I do with them is trying to get them to test out what they're doing for breakfast. And you know what? It makes a difference what you're having for breakfast, whether it's before your training session or whether it's after. Because if it's after, then it becomes a recovery meal. And it's going to be a little bit different than what you take in beforehand. I have a client that came in last week, and when I saw her Monday at the gym, she said, "You know what? I was going to do that protein shake that I normally do during the week, but it's not going to work for me beforehand. I've got to come up with something else." So during the week, she is not training in the morning. She is actually at work. So she gets to work at 5 in the morning. So her recovery shake is a great thing in the morning because she can sip on it all morning. But when it comes to trying it before her event, it gave her some GI distress, and that is not something that you want beforehand. So we kind of thought, okay, and this is the impromptu. The nutritionist helps you when you see them at the gym. So she and I came up with some alternatives in terms of what to do. So we thought of, okay, maybe we can make those little muffin tins with some scrambled eggs in it, and maybe throw some spinach in there. And she's like, "Oh, I'll put some mushrooms and some red peppers in there." You know what? Red peppers, probably not a good idea beforehand because red peppers are actually hard to digest. You do not want to include foods that are hard to digest 2 hours before your training session or before your race. So probably afterwards, they're not going to be a problem. Afterwards, you can put the cheese in. Before, probably not a good idea because a lot of people can't digest dairy. It's also a hard to digest food. So when you're looking at your breakfast meal, you have to look at what is it that I'm going to be doing afterwards. Am I going to go train? Am I going to go ride for 2 hours? Am I going to go swim? You know, nuts are also another thing where it seems like a great idea, but too close to your training session and all you're doing is just burping up nuts. So you have to look at what's to eat before, what to eat after, and where your training and your exercise or your races in regards to that. If you need help with trying to find out what is going to be your ideal meal, either before or after your workout, give me a call, Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition in Motion, and let me know what some of the things you've discovered that you need to avoid before your training so that we can include that in a future feature. Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition in Motion, healthy nutrition for body, mind, spirit, and sport.